goes. So he goes.
Rolling.
Guys, welcome to the podcast. This is where we interview founders, kind of get behind the scenes stories and everything else. So how I just want to start this, I was going to give a little intro for Alex Palma, P-A-L-M-A.
P-A-L-M-A.
Palma.
Not
I'm
Palmer.
From Alabama.
Because every time a telemarketer calls me, is Palmer there? Palmer. No, not an Arnold Palmer. It's Palma. It's Brent Tinsley.
Mm-hmm.
This is Brent Tinsley.
So Palma, he's the founder of YoloNerds, and I think we kind of sort of met through serendipity. I'm not a big fan of that word, but I feel like we make our own luck. But it really was serendipity. So we've got a mutual friend. It was his birthday. I walked the room. I'm like, man, I'm about to get the hell out of here. And this guy stops me. Hey, what's going on? Starts talking to me like, all right, well, I know someone. Let's sit down. We'll chat for a minute. Happened to sit next to Alex. We like barely talk. I'm like hanging out and talking. I'm eating. I'm hungry. And then we start talking. So he really creates automated systems, everything from CRMs to like marketing, budgeting, all kind of things with automation, and really incorporating technology. And this has been a bane of my existence for a while. Dude. I think for a lot of people, you may feel that pain too. A lot of people always overpromise and underdeliver, and the systems, you almost need a full-time staff. I even have 2 full-time staff that work remote, and they can still barely handle it.
Yeah.
So it's something that we've needed, and I'm extremely happy to just be able to get out here and shoot the breeze with you. So the podcast, so I have a business where we meet a lot of C-suite, CEOs, founders of companies. You're dealing with the same thing.
Exactly.
So we're just going to get out here, and we're going to just shoot the breeze with people, man. Talk. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm trying to tame the profanity. I'm trying.
We're trying to keep it family friendly. So
trying.
One thing I liked about this guy is, 2 reasons why I liked it. He invites me, he tells me, hey, you need to come out on a Sunday and meet the team, right? And then I come in Sunday, and then you're shooting cheerleaders. But what really impressed me about your whole entire operation was because, dude, it was structured. But overall, not being structured, it was just an amazing experience. Man, you knew what you were doing. Everybody just eyes on you. You made everybody look great, but you also made everybody feel awesome. And I'm like, dude, this guy's vibing. And that's kind of how we operate in our company. We want to provide our clients an experience. And we kind of do like a 3-phase onboarding process, right? First time we get to know you, we understand the business, we structure it. And then once we understand the business, we just want to automate the hell out of it. You know what I mean? Let the automation do the work for you.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing, though. See, yeah, a lot of people, like I even had software that was a engine that even you use some of the stuff in the back end. Like, yes, all the automations are supposed to be there, but it just isn't as easy to implement as people sell it.
Dude,
you really got to know what you're doing. Like even what I'm doing, I set up a couple lights, take some pictures of people. Anybody can do it. Any monkey can push a button, but it's not exactly. If you want to get an above average result, you're not going to just automatically get it. In AI, I don't know what kind of prompting you can get. It still isn't going to totally just do everything.
No,
for
it's
you.
not.
You know what I mean?
It's
not there yet.
No, not even close. I don't think it'll be there for a really long time. Working with some of these much bigger clients and working with some of these corporations, you'd be surprised. I'll get on the phone with the VP and I'll understand, hey, what is your, like for an example, like a sales VP, I'm like, what is your structure? Like, what is your sales workflow? And you'd be surprised. They don't even know what it is. Like they can't, you should be able to understand your sales workflow or your business workflow in just as little as 3 or 4 steps. Dude, I was working with an organization that had a 19-step workflow. I'm like, dude, it takes 19 steps for a client to be a customer to, potential to a paid client. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's just out of control. And so what we do is we come in and structure the business. And when we structure it, first of all, we structure it, we test it, we train it for you. But the best part is we build it for you because we have a motto. I don't want you to learn. I want you to earn.
Yeah, make money.
Make money. And like you said, you keep talking about something where it keeps hitting me. You keep saying it should just be easy.
Should be. That's what we try to do. Like so,
complicate things.
So
man.
even part of what we're doing with the headshot business, which is kind of crazy. So I launched this a few years ago after COVID. My background's more in commercial and fashion. That's what the cheerleader thing came around from.
Thanks for inviting me, by the way. That was
You're welcome. So it's just like headshots. You can do teams, you can do pictures. But the back end, you're organizing. There's a lot of things you don't think about. It's all the file management, the names of the people. Do you want to be the middleman or do you want the delivery? So fortunately, we have systems in place for all of that where we can take the headache out of whoever it could be a sales manager, an HR director, CEO of a company, depending on the size of the company. And we come in, we can take care of everything, make it look uniform. And that's another area too. Like a lot of people come, they're at some big award, they get their annual award. They're there and they have this misfit bunch of people cropped out from wedding photos. They're in their vacation in Cancun.
That's probably me.
They're
That's
having a good time, and they're getting this prestigious award, and then we get a call like, "Hey, man, I just got embarrassed completely. I was at a national conference for an award, and I got completely embarrassed. My team looks like a misfit bunch. We need to get this fixed."
Yeah.
That's one area, or they redesign a website, things like that. But even then, implementing it, getting it done. And then then the next level is like giant conferences when you're getting hundreds and hundreds of people or thousands of people. And that's an area too. Like we can get in there, we get a CSV file set up with everybody's name and email that runs through the booth. Or if you're doing lead gen, or if it's just your own team internally, you still have to deliver the freaking pictures or have your IT guy match that picture in the system to update your systems. So that's something where we are able to help implement all that already currently. But then on our other systems for our just follow-up and things, it drives me crazy. Like just simple follow-up. Let's make sure things are tagged a little. And my business is pretty simple. All I'm doing is taking people's picture. I can't even imagine like a complicated business. I just feel like it should be easier. And we have used, in the last 3 years, we have used 5 different CRMs.
Dude, I know. You told me, man.
And it's just crazy. It should be easier than it is. And I don't understand why it's not. And I'm almost in disbelief. That's why I keep trying different systems. I was like, man, there's no way. It's got to work. It should. And
so you kind of run in a situation where you're not the only business owner I spoke to about the situation. There's only 2 types of business owners, right? You have a business owner that's like, I'm stuck with the CRM. It's going to cost me a lot of money to move this out of the way, Alex. This is going to drive us crazy, and you're going to have to train our entire staff. I don't see why I should move, but I hate it.
Yeah, it's
like I'm stuck with it.
It's like it's easier to stay married than get divorced. It's exactly the same.
So and then I give him a sigh of relief when I tell him, listen, I will do the extraction for you, and I will train your team for free. It's gonna be a process, but you got to think long term, because if you're not automating, you're not dominating. And some people are using some of these really old ass, excuse my French, some of these old ass CRMs and automation. There just wasn't any automation back in the day. I mean, I thought about automation back in 2013. I knew it was going to be a big hit, and I've been working on it for a really long time. And so what happens in situations like that with those longer, bigger based companies that are still working with old like DOS programs, they're trying to duct tape all these engines and make it all work together.
Yeah. You just keep adding on.
Dude, you keep adding on. And so what you keep doing that is, dude, it's just, you got this subscription, that subscription, this subscription, this subscription. It adds up. And then you got a subscription. Now you got a user. You got per user subscription.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, multiple users. You're getting hammered on fees, or even just it just gets. And I'm like, come on, it's software, it's SaaS. Like you're just padding the bill, guys. Come on. Like there's a level of we all have to make money. Come on.
Yeah.
But there's a level of like the retention model, and then the level of service on the back end. Some are better than others. You know, we've had reps to where you have a Zoom call and things, but then it's taking time out of my day, my assistant's day to sit there to be on a Zoom call. And we've got a small business, only 3 full-time staff, and then we have contractors that come in and out. But it's like, I don't have time to sit here and talk to you every week for 2 hours to take 2 months to get something working that should just work in my mind.
Dude,
but that's the way it is. And that's on a small business. Imagine if all your different workflows and different ways of lead gen and sales and all kinds of different services and products. I don't know how people are doing it with a more complex business with multiple services, multiple sales teams.
They're stuck. They're stuck, dude. And so when I come in and I structure the business, a lot of these departments kind of don't like me. CEO loves it. The board loves it because they're going to cut costs. I'm cutting this program, this program, cutting costs, adding automation. And so when you start adding automation, it starts handling a lot of the admin work for you. You get where I'm going with this?
Yeah, no, but there's also human error. There's mistakes. People don't work 24/7.
No.
That's part of what I deal with, Like, I don't want to sit here and take the time. So sometimes it takes me longer to explain. It's like a phone thing, Like I get explained to you to get the thing done. Sometimes it's faster for me just to do it, but it shouldn't. I shouldn't have to just be doing these things. It should. I don't want to bottleneck even my workflow, my business, because that's where we end up restricting things, or that employee might be restricting growth.
You're a photographer. You're a professional photographer, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you should focus on.
Yeah, and that's we've got to be, or also I'm a professional networker too. To go out and be face to face talking to people.
Yeah.
That's really an area where I can shine more. And I like to have the systems in place to be able to make sure all of that's working. Flow,
structure, man.
the smooth. So no, I'm excited. I'm really excited that we met, that we've got that going. Let's chat a little bit more too about this. So. This is basically going to be a founders podcast. Yeah. We're not talking about talking in our closet diaries of a CEO. No, we're going to have fun here. Come on. I'm talking about having fun, talking to people who are swinging for the fence.
Yeah.
Like big dick energy,
Yes.
Women are still welcome, but
Yes.
let's have a good time. And let's just get raw to the point. A lot of people, what I find in this business, the reason I even started all this, so we're at the studio. This is like a television production level of freaking podcast.
I love it, man. Real deal,
I'm talking to people every day. I got to break the ice. I'm having a conversation with them. It's not like, hey, just come here and smile, cheese, bam, let's get your picture. What are we doing here? What's the purpose behind the picture? Is this a press release?
What's the goal?
Or is this some international, a lot of people come in here, they're like, look, I hate getting my photo taken. I don't want to be here. But there's an international press release going out that I'm the new senior vice president of whatever, and that's why I'm here. And I'm like, all right, man, we got you, dude. No big deal,
dude. That's why I like headshot professionals, because when I came in and saw some of the shots that you were doing, you provided everybody with an awesome experience. You structured everybody that was feeling a little, you just made everybody feel good. You provided good energy, and I'm like, that's what it's all about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you get a lot of repeat business.
And it's bringing that, but then so during that whole process though, you're building rapport, you're building someone's trust in a very vulnerable situation, and a big part of that, I started having some pretty cool conversations with people, and I'm like, damn man, you're a cool person, wow, and I'm like, we should have a camera on and a light. Some people maybe once you sit here, they're like, oh gosh, it's again the fear of being on camera, but. I meet some really, really cool A-player movers and shakers. We work with some massive companies. I'm dealing with some really top people just because of the nature of the business. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I need to start having conversations with these people, And then logistically, it's wow, running a whole podcast is almost like running a media company. Hold on a second. Man. It's a whole nother animal. So we've done, I did about probably 8 podcast episodes with different people.
Right.
And I've kind of had to put it on pause a little bit because I'm like, this is I've got to keep working, And then when we connected, I'm like, okay, hold on. We've got a lot of synergy. Our chemistry vibes pretty well.
I got a lot of clients that want to do this. So
yeah. And I'm like, 'cause I don't want to do this as a business where I'm like, hey, let me rent out my podcast and no, man, this is just to sit down and talk to people. And, you've got a ton of founders of companies. So it was the alignment was there. So what we're doing now is we're just going to be cranking. So
let's go.
So for people, what you can expect from this is going to be pretty raw conversations with founders of companies, people who really are growing and developing and building in the current economy. And our perspective is a little different. I'm coming from this photography experiential kind of background. And then for Alex, he's coming from automation systems, CRM.
Yep.
And we have different relationships with these clients.
Yes, we do.
And I think the conversation and the questions that are going to come up are going to be pretty interesting. So I'm excited, But
I want it to be more fruitful. And what I mean by this is not only make it fruitful by it's just a raw conversation, but at the same time, we want to be able to provide something for free. And so what I mean by that is I'm going to give you tips, tricks of what I've used for other businesses and literally give it to you for free. Some of these conversations I have are pretty private, but I'm just going to give you some of the stuff, some of the automations and structures of engines that I built for businesses that had scaled from 0 to 300%. I have the numbers to prove it.
And you're going to also have the case studies.
I'll have case studies for
these
you.
Are current. So a lot of these will be current clients that are already working with.
Okay. I have a case study.
True proven. This isn't just some BS. Hey, I read this book one time and.
I'm not a guru. I have numbers. I have receipts. Right? But overall, there's a really cool client of mine. They're out in Iowa. They own an event space. They were struggling, kind of like what we're talking about, just duct taping a bunch of engines together. The owner was really hesitant, gave me a lot of pushback, but she put her trust and faith in us. And this is their first year, and this is only the first year that they've had their biggest numbers yet, and that they're getting ready to open their second location. And that's kind of some of the stuff I want to talk about, especially in this podcast, is what did they do, how did they do it, and what structure engines did we build for them in order to get there?
Well, yeah, and even what's interesting too for you, you're not just going after the giant companies.
No.
You can handle that.
Yeah.
But you're also trying to help
Small
small
fry.
business owners
Yeah, all
that
day.
also just want to get implemented and have access to this.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So even if it's a small fry of startups a little bit difficult. You know, that first year's tough. You're not making a whole lot of money, but you know, you may not even understand your own business or your structure. But the good news is, since we work with all types of businesses, I can just grab whatever I did for them, give it to you.
Yeah, implement it.
Implement the
and
same structure.
Help,
Yeah, exactly.
help it get kind of massage it, push it forward.
Exactly. This is what's working for them. Let's just try. Let's see if we can try it on your side and get it to work for you.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Yeah.
So
If you can give something for free to a photographer, what would you give?
for
Give him a
me,
tip. I'll give a tip away too.
oh man,
Good tip.
good tip. Just the tip.
Just
So the the biggest
Just
thing.
a tip.
So
Just
one
a
thing I may even start talking more about too. A lot of this media as things are building up. It's going to be confident communication with your subject. How to have how to communicate with people, because I feel like that's an area in general where people are struggling these days. So if I was to give any photographer advice, it's not going to be on the technical, the cameras.
You already know the camera.
There's so
You
much
already know.
information out there. Also,
Yeah,
you can you can look on AI, or you can go in there. The thing is, it's hard for people. I think a lot of photographers, and I'm also not the best example. I'm an outlier. I'm an attractive person, and I'm very
You're the dude.
gregarious.
Whatever.
I was a professional model, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's not like I'm guessing, but like when I come in, yes, people's energy is going to be different, but you've got to be able to own your presence and be able to build rapport with people. And like, there's a lot of people that do this. There's a guy, Peter Hurley. He teaches a group and does a great job with that. Gary Hughes is another one. There's a few guys, they teach, a bit, but they use humor a lot. Or like, I'm not the funniest person. My wife accuses me of having Asperger's every day. So for me to try to go that humorous route, unless you have a really dark sense of humor, it's not going to work as well. But like the biggest thing is to be able to just really try to connect people on like on a human level. That's what I'm trying to do with people. I'm trying to connect with people, find out what the goal is. Why are we making these images? Where is it going? And then what we're doing is so specific is a headshot. There's really no forgiveness. I can't hide the scene with fashion and clothing. I can't lighting and in the environment and the scene. A lot of times you can hide a lot of things in those. Like when you're in a headshot, it's really raw. Like I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a headshot. I'm like, yeah, not really, man. It's like actually probably one of the harder types of portraits to take. Because it's just you. It's just your head.
Dude, do you know how many times I've been around a photographer and that has a fancy camera and like, where do you want us to stand? What do you want to do? And we're just like, question mark, don't know what to do. And so, you hire a photographer and you're like, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to stand? What do you want me to look like? But dude, you smashed it.
Yeah,
Like
you are the captain of the ship.
Yeah,
So it doesn't
you had
even
full
matter.
confidence in this. I think
Even if you're a small photographer, like you're just getting your camera and you're asking your friends and your family, hey, do you mind if I take a picture? Yeah, get out there and do it. And the more you do, like anything, the more you do it, the better you're gonna get.
Dude.
It's that simple. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get. And don't be afraid of judgment of other people, which I know it's hard right now in society and social media. And don't be first off, here's your point of advice.
Here's the tip.
Don't post your pictures on like a Facebook group asking for people for their opinion.
Oh.
That is the worst idea.
They're gonna give you the worst.
Well, no, because photographers can be mean as shit.
Really?
You think women are mean? No, photographers can be super mean. Holy crap, man. They will go and they all have a different opinion. So you're not only are you going to be getting a bunch of negative energy, but you're going to be getting it from every angle. I mean, they're just like, they're going to shoot you down.
Yeah.
So don't even do that. Just go in there. The more you do, the more you're going to build your craft, and start with one genre or area, like maybe two, but don't be a jack of all trades. Like I was already a very competent, very established commercial, like fashion photographer. And then I used to do a lot of like modeling portfolios and headshots for actors and things, and for models. So I felt like, okay, this can't be that hard. You know what I mean? And then like with business headshots and corporate headshots and press releases, there is a nuance that's different. The lighting's a little different, you know what I mean? And then you're trying to do things strategically. So even for me, I'd already been shooting 20 years.
Yeah.
And the last 3 years of having this business, I've grown tremendously. You know what I mean? Even still, 20 years of doing this, I still grew. I mean, the last 3 years, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still picking up tips. Even today, I was picking up some tips from a couple photographers that were here. I'm like, oh, wow, man, that's a good idea. So it's about keeping an open mind. You're never going to have it. Own it. You know what I mean? You own what you do, but you're never going to be like, the epitome. This is the zenith. No, and also trends are changing. Everything's there. And don't do this for other people. Don't be trying to do it definitely don't be doing photography to get other people's approval, because that's a hard route, man. I'm telling you right now, they're mean. They're freaking mean. Don't do that. But also understand and really look at your work though in an authentic way and be like, yeah, that is kind of dog shit. All right. And expect it and be like, how can I improve? How can I get it better?
Dude, I suck at taking photography. I'm like the worst. I think I suck on my phone. Like, can you take a picture of us?
And there's some things, and I'll see. Maybe we can spin off a couple of things from this podcast, and I'll start doing some lives in the studio.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of commerce things. We're going to be doing lives for TikTok and Amazon, and there's new platforms coming up because live shopping, especially I think as AI comes on, people are going to be like, whoa, hold on. This is too much weird stuff. Live, for the most part,
you can't push AI on
unless
people,
it's a massive budget. You can't fake the AI live. So that's an area I think that's going to grow market share. That's where I'm pivoting in more towards in the back.
Yeah.
And then even we can do some workshops and talk about that. And we happen to have some pretty quality talent that we could bring in. It's easier. Hey, then that's another thing. One of the guys was saying earlier is that he used to work with newspapers, and the editor of the newspaper always told him, like, listen, better looking people make better pictures.
Dude, that's true.
So it's just the way it is. You know? Better looking people do make better pictures. So that's why there's models. So get out there. The better work you do, the better the talent you're going to work with. It's going to grow, and it's going to all keep compounding. And don't expect to happen overnight. Not even in 3 months or 6 months. Like I've been doing this just in the niche of just corporate headshots. With Headshot Professional for 3.5 years now. And I mean, we have worked with some massive brands. I mean, I do stuff with Microsoft. I was a keynote speaker, not a keynote. I was like on a panel with Microsoft, and we're doing things where we're shooting for huge companies. But that didn't just happen overnight. You know what I mean? And I was already really established, and it still took time to to build trust and to get into these places.
I think a lot of people just want that instant gratification. It's like, dude, I've put on my last couple months doing this, still got nothing. But like you said, you've been doing this for like forever, and you finally got to a really good spot, and you're still growing. And dude, I mean, I was just absolutely impressed with some of your clients. I mean, you're working with some really big dogs, and but I like how you welcomed a big dog, and you're willing to work with the small dog too, which is really
everybody.
Cool.
I grew up on dirt road. So and even for me, I've had mentors in my life at different phases. Not as much in photography, but I mean, I was in the Navy. When I was younger, I had a construction company, and then I ended up having like over 40 rental properties and doing all this stuff. And people gave me the opportunity to go in there and do the work and try and learn. And sometimes it's crazy, sometimes someone else giving you the approval, saying, look, you've got what it takes. That's where coaching comes in. We're not selling a coaching program, so don't worry about that. I don't have time to coach people, but
dude, or make it a coaching program right now. Dude,
but like really some guru program. That's not happening. But the thing is, though, it does help though when someone can tell you, look, you've got what it takes. It does. It can make a difference. I don't know if you ever had something like that in your life. I didn't grow up with that in my childhood. So as an adult, though, I was able to meet those people, and I knew I was always very competent. But to be able to do some of the things I've done in my life, it's illogical. There's no way I should have been able to do them, but I did them because someone else spoke into me that level of confidence, or if you want to be religious about it, they kind of prayed or made those things happen. But it's,
what do you think got you there? Was it a lot of consistency in terms of like a lot of no's, and then eventually you got to a couple of yeses?
It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag of put the work in, and when you focus on the inputs, what do I have control over? Do I have control over the end result? I don't. There's so many variables that can shut it down. Like even today, I was on a third call for a proposal for a job that shouldn't even be. That should have been an email. It should have been an auto calendar booking. But the guy's got a million questions and this and that.
Oh my gosh.
And then I start getting on the question. I'm like, look, man, listen. Just gonna lay it down.
Yeah.
I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude, but we're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
Go back to the board. This is it.
There you go.
It's that simple. Because I don't have a problem also walking away from a deal.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you have the most power, though, is when you're in a position where you built your. But that's down the road. But like when you're in the beginning and you're building your thing and you're going at it, don't be afraid to also go out and put some sweat equity in. You know, I've done that. I've worked for people for free and cheap a lot because a lot of times you're going to learn more, way more than being on YouTube watching some videos. When you go out there and you do the work,
Yeah.
you know, and what's crazy, so even for me, so when I started this business, I wasn't a corporate headshot photographer. Had no portfolio to show. I mean, all of my portfolio, I lived in Miami Beach. I used to shoot a lot of swimwear and like fashion clients. So I have a bunch of hot chicks in swimsuits. So that's kind of where the cheerleading thing kind of came around. But with my business, though, I was like, I don't have any people in suits and business stuff. It's like models and good looking people.
You started. You had to start somewhere.
Yeah, but you got to just build the portfolio. You got to go out and meet the people, shoot the clients. You know what I mean? So like for me, it was like a full. And also, I'm not from DF. I'm not from Dallas Fort Worth. You know, we're in Dallas Fort Worth. I'm not from here.
Dude, I'm actually pretty impressed with you. You're in Dallas and Fort Worth. You got the most reviews out of this entire area in terms of what you do. You just,
by far. But even nationally.
But I like it's
even
just,
the whole country. I think. I mean, we're up there.
I know you're up
There's a guy, a buddy of mine. I'll give Dan a shout out. Headshots Inc. He's out in San Francisco. He's got more than me. And then when I first started the business, so again, like I was just cold approaching people. People were like, "Who are you?" People would hang up on me. Like,
cold call.
Even this guy.
Is that how you started? You started cold calling?
Well, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. So I had a couple of ideas. So COVID had happened. I had relocated to a new city. I had a newborn kid. My wife's a flight attendant. I traveled a lot. I worked in experiential marketing also with the auto industry. So it was like the whole industry was shut down.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I got to start a business. Like now.
Dude, that's when I found the most opportunity.
It was going to be either this. Well, it ended up being this or, and I still may even do this. It's a home services business. It's going to be called Handy Randy. We do the things your husband can't. And like I still, in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I wish I had more time. I would do that still now because people don't know how to do anything.
They don't know.
And I do, but I could build a team for that. Like that's something I still may end up doing.
As a side hustle?
No, it's a necessity. It's a necessity.
Dude, we need it.
People need it. People need it. Yeah. People need it. But like, it's like, all right, well, at the time I was like, no, I have a bunch of photography equipment, not as much as you see here, but I had equipment. I was like, all right, let me just start this. But then it started like ground zero. What am I doing?
Yeah.
And then there's a guy in San Francisco. I found him through some backlink SEO stuff. I was like, oh man, this guy's really on his game with his backlinks, his SEO, things like that. Looked at his website. And I was like, wow, this guy's really on top of it. So he's got Headshots Inc. His name's Dan. He's super cool. How he started, he was just doing headshots for people for beer money in college. Tulane University, New Orleans, you know what I mean? And then he's out in San Francisco in the Bay Area cranking. And he was really suspect because I'm just like calling him. He's like, oh, well, hold on, man. What's like some expose? Like, what's going on here? I had another guy here. He's in town. This guy, Godoy, he was yelling at me and hung up on me. You know what I mean? Now we've become friends years later. But yeah, it took a while though because he was just like, oh man, dude, I really was mean on the phone that day. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You
were doing a hustle.
But you got to go out there. And it's not like you got to go the extra mile. You just got to do the extra little bit of work that other people are afraid to do, you know? And that's a big part of like with any business. It doesn't matter, you know, you just have to go out there. You do have to prove yourself and you do have to put the work in. But also
a lot of personal motivation.
But also sometimes you got to be careful because you get caught in doing stuff that's not actually productive.
Yeah.
You know?
That's stuff that's not making you money.
It's not making you money. Yeah. You know? And then sometimes it can be relationships. I don't know. And we're going down a whole rabbit hole of stuff right here. I mean, biggest thing for tip for photographers.
Tip for photographers.
Don't put your pictures out there asking for your people's opinion.
Tip one. Okay.
Because that's the worst. You know what I mean? That is the worst because they are.
But it's cool if I take it off my camera and I post it. I'm not a photographer. I'm still good.
Yeah, no, just post it. You know, but you got to put your work out there. But just don't ask other photographers because they're going to have an opinion. And then they're going to send you down a rabbit hole of things. You know, listen, there's plenty of people that I see their work and they're making money.
Yeah.
And I don't like their work. But you know what? People are paying them. They're making money.
Dude,
they are a professional. They're making money. You know. And then even for me, there's probably plenty of work that I do. I even have a lot of big dogs, man. Big dogs in the industry. They're like, Brent, come on, you got to come to the dark side, bro. You know, you got to come over here, do it our way. And I'm like, I don't even care. Like I can do it. But do I like? No, man. Like I'm happy with the style that we produce. It's consistent. And even what's crazy too, though, like, so I don't know how you are, but like with some of my biggest competitors, they are my biggest allies.
That's true.
And
My biggest competitors, I love my biggest competitors. They send me a lot of business.
yeah, like that's the same. Like I
love
get
it.
more referrals. Listen, I get more referrals from my competitors than any referral partner.
Yeah, that's great.
And
I love it.
because we're in a niche where we're the owner operator.
Yeah.
And if
Oh.
you're booked, you at least know like, oh, I want this person to be taken care of. I know that this person will take care of them. You know what I mean? And that's the local competitors or nationally. It depends. You know what I mean? Like, which is kind of crazy.
So when I started YoloNerd on my side, it took me about a year to actually understand what I was doing in building the engine, how am I going to structure this, and I just kind of like I just started hitting the phones, calling business owners, 25 calls to 50 calls a day. I do it in the mornings.
Are you still doing cold calling?
Not anymore, man. We haven't had to do any cold calling. We actually haven't had to do any marketing. Everything we get is 100% referral. Like I've been trying to do marketing, but we get so much business. It's like
Even because your pipeline, because y'all do
Our pipeline is
but you
huge.
like for people out there, you don't understand. They really are putting the time and energy into putting the automations together tailored. This isn't cookie cutter.
no, there is no.
This isn't some template. Because I've tried those. I tried using those templates, and I'm like, wait, it's all jacked up. You know what I mean?
Don't use a
You gotta-
template, guys. It doesn't work.
Yeah, there's snapshots and templates, and then
whatever crap, yeah.
it needs to somewhat resonate with your branding and your company or your voice a little
Yeah.
bit. You know,
And so, if I would give an organization or a tip to an automation engineer, is don't overthink it. Make it dumb. Make it so easy a monk could understand it, or a 5-year-old can understand it. Structure your automation workflows. Start with the sales workflow. What I mean by that is new lead, booked appointment, follow up, not interested, sale. That should be it.
that's the fundamentals.
Right there. Okay. Everything else could be a little bit added. That's on your sales, on your onboarding. Onboarding could be a little bit different because of the business. But don't forget my tip. You need a retention automation workflow. I'm not going to tell you when to follow up. You got to continue watching the podcast.
Tune in next week.
I'll tell you when, what days to follow up, how many times you should follow up on a year, 2 year, 3 year. Believe it or not, you can build these retention automations where you wake up in the morning and you get appointments. That's the stuff I know how to do. So that's gonna be my tip for the day.
Yeah, but even so, even for us, like we have a really, it's not working well yet. So I'm happy to really get our database activated better.
Yeah.
But the longer your business is in business, the more you need these systems because we are at a point 3.5 years in, we are getting those referrals and things, but you don't get those if you're not top of mind. So you need to have a reminder. So for the reminders in your system, the automations, how are you guys able to put them out there? It's
You want me to give it away? I'll give it away. You want me to
No, you have to give it all away.
I'll
but
give it away.
No, but you give it away. But you're going through text, email, social media output. Like, what's the area of how you're helping them put that?
You want to do a couple of channels, and I'll give you a couple of tips. Email, text, ringless voice message. If they opt in, be careful in some states. Okay? With your voice, business owner's great. Make it confident, make it fun, make it energetic. Good voice inflection on that, right? Those are some good channels to start with. And you and I talked about this, is a cool little linked video so they can watch. Those are good channels to start with, especially in your industry. Keep them informed. Also, just a friendly hello once in a while. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So what's crazy? Listen, I had where my old office was. There were these realtors across from me, broker, husband, wife brokers. They've been in business a long time, and she had every month. I'd see her. She'd have her door open, and we were like in these executive suites, and she would just be filling out cards, manually writing them, old school thank you notes or like a monthly whatever. Listen, she said that in her business, and I've also talked to insurance people, same thing. And then not some auto pen. I'm talking about like she actually wrote the
Like
stuff.
writing. It's not like
And
not a printer.
yeah, not a printer, like writing them out. But she said in a real estate business as a broker, if you can really, 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 I mean, really be top of mind, again, like being that top of mind, but build relationships with people that trust you and want to use your service, whatever business it is. As a real estate broker, the margins are enough and the money where you can make some money. But she had it was like 300 or 400 people. It wasn't thousands. And we're not sending 50,000 email lists. I'm talking about these are the letters of people that she keeps really trimmed down CRM. These are people that I'm writing every month. But not only is it top of mind for them when they receive it in the mail, because, yeah, we get junk mail, but junk mail is not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do you get a handwritten letter in the mail?
Never.
You know what I mean? Rare. It's rare. I wish my wife would do that for me. You know what I mean? I wish my staff wasn't in the Philippines. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess postal stamps, it might be interesting. Get them to send a thank you letter from the Philippines.
Do you do anything like that? Do you anything like
No, I'm gonna start. I'm thinking about that because I can have them do it and then mail it, and it'll be from the Philippines. Maybe I'll just do a picture of me at the beach, like, hey guys, you know.
Hey, I took your photo.
But maybe that makes sense. It's coming from the Philippines.
So we do have a new client onboarding process, and it's we're gonna send them a merch, like a hat or a T-shirt, and then we're gonna write a letter, right, and an email and a thank you RVM ringless voice message. Think about that. And so if I can walk away with another tip, you ready for another tip? Pretty cool one. We do to keep 100% retention with all of our clients. We do follow up every 15 to 3 weeks. With our client,
staying in touch. Touch points.
Just touch points. Hello, how are you? Just want to know you're killing it. We love your business.
See, that's what I'm trying to incorporate in my. So your business is an ongoing business.
Yeah.
Like my business,
but it could be the same.
I do have some clients.
A little bit different.
But some of mine are one-off. You know what I mean? I have some that are retainer-ish. You know what I mean? Or ongoing or annual.
Do the birthday ones. Birthday's coming up. 1 year anniversary.
And then in the CRM in the database, getting that information. It's not always. You need someone to be able to get that information, acquire it, put it together, make sure it's tagged properly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It does take some work. I mean, it's got to be a priority. It's not a simple little.
So a lot of people give me these lists of, like, for example, I had a client with 30,000 leads, and he hasn't closed any deals. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I looked at his list. I'm like, how many of these closed? How many didn't? Dude, there was 22,000 people that didn't close.
Yeah, that
I'm like, dude, there's so much money. So these are 22 people that you've talked to and you pitched. They may not about now. But we all know in the world of business that the money's in a follow-up.
Yeah, because it's never no. It's not right now.
It's just not right now.
It's not right now. Listen,
Exactly.
the timing isn't right at the moment.
They're in the pipeline.
But don't annoy me. Like,
No.
man, I would have switched internet services already 3 months ago, but this guy was so persistent that it was annoying me. I'm like, dude, I need a better internet service, especially with this. We're going to be doing some live streaming. And he was overly needy and just going at it. And I'm like, dude, you're irritating me, man.
Yeah.
Like, you have the best price in town. You have the best speed, the most reliability. Like by far, I want to switch services to you, but you're annoying me. Like,
No, it doesn't have to be.
I haven't.
Dude,
For 3 months, I've been needing to switch the internet, but I haven't done it because I'm like, this guy's annoying me. Like,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, no, I
dude,
get
stop
it.
annoying me.
I get it, man.
Like, you could be a little bit persistent. I understand you want the deal. You're trying to hit your numbers or whatever bonus, but I'm like, dude, you're annoying the shit out of
Wait
me.
for the door knockers.
Oh, I get him in here. I'll bring him in. Especially the Jehovah's Witness. So this used to be an Alcoholics Anonymous.
Why?
So I've got the bar. I got the bar in the front. So people walk in sometimes randomly. I'm like, hey there, what's going on? They're like, they all kind of have an interesting expression. So if you are, I don't mean to belittle Alcoholics Anonymous. Listen, if you are sober, celebrate your sobriety.
Yeah.
Definitely not to laugh about that. But for me, it's funny as shit.
Oh,
So
gosh.
people are like, they're fiending, and I used to say, "Hey man, there's a bar right next door," and I was like, but somebody said, "I don't say that," so I don't say it anymore.
Yeah.
Because there is a bar next door.
Got it.
Which is interesting to me that I was an Alcoholics Anonymous and there was a bar next door.
Yeah.
But it's the door knockers. We get some randoms. I'm usually polite. I mean, depending on if I have time or not. Because I'm in a commercial space. I didn't want to be in a retail center, but we're more of an appointment business, but we're in a retail center now, and I've had some really fun conversations with people, like often.
Should we go word from our sponsor?
Let's get into it.
Come on. Can I pitch your company?
Let's get in. YoloNerd.
Can I pitch you? You pitch YoloNerd, whatever. Can I do it? Can I try?
Get in it. Let's
give it a shot.
Go.
Give it a shot. Okay, word from our sponsor, Headshot Professionals. Next time you are in it to get an executive shot or look good on LinkedIn, or just even on some of those dating websites. You do any of those?
Yeah, listen, you gotta make sure. I'm gonna make sure I take your photo with your clothes on before you take your clothes off. I'm not gonna guarantee I'll let you take your clothes off.
With over 400 reviews, okay, with over 400 5-star reviews, you can't go wrong with Headshot Professionals. They're located here in the DFW, right in Grapevine. You can't go wrong. Make sure you book your next headshot here with Headshot Professionals. They do okay?
Yeah. Hey, man, it sounded very, very salesy. It was good.
Right,
I liked
let's
it.
go.
Let's get radio voice, you know. So YoloNerd, Alex is the founder of YoloNerd, and they offer very comprehensive automation solutions.
Yeah.
You know? So they're more of a tech company. They do things, everything from marketing solutions to CRMs. They're not just a simple cookie cutter. Here's the software. Good luck. You know what I mean? Yeah. They really have a team that backs up what they say they're going to do.
We're going to build it for you.
Yeah. They're going to get it implemented. They're going to help implement it, build it. And then his team is fantastic to work with. And that's where a lot of the people you're going to be seeing coming up they're going to be people from both of our businesses, since they're high-level people that we work with. We're going to be having conversations with a lot of interesting business owners, and love to hear their stories too, because there's a lot of fascinating. And that's the biggest reason I started this. I had such interesting conversations with people. Like, so this guy just the other day, he was a professional cyclist and used to race Lance Armstrong.
Oh, really?
And could beat
the guy that was juicing?
He could beat his ass. He could beat his ass in climbing. You know, I mean, freaking, these are insane. Yeah, it's insane people that we're dealing with. You know, like I was just at an event the other night shooting, and then Rudy, the freaking guy, the little guy from the movie with the football stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Rudy's there. You know, like it's
cool.
just we meet all kind of interesting people, and you know, I'll bring in some element of like merchandising, fashion, you know, a little bit, you know, but most of this is going to be geared towards more business owners, founders, because there's so many people that we already connect with that they got such cool stories to share.
And if you guys want to come on to the podcast show, hey, Founders Podcast, we're coming up with a cool name. But if you want to come on, we'll let you know how to contact us and
yeah,
get you on the show.
We need to at least set up a landing page with a form and some stuff. Let's do that. And I'll send out, as we activate the database here, we'll send everything out to people.
Cool, man.
Yeah, this is awesome. Alex.
Dude, thank you, sir.
Brother, more to come. Much more to come.
All right.
Let's cut it here. And then let's see if we want to do, I don't know if it was